Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 22. Stay a while. Welcome to the best sports show out, Highly Opinionated. I'm your co-host, Josh. The best co-host in the game. What's going on, Tim?
Ain't nothing much. Ain't nothing much. Can't complain, bro. Everything good.
Good, man. You looking happy. You looking real greenish this
Yes,
week. You
sir.
feel me?
Yes, sir.
Everything good.
One more.
Everything good.
Need one more. One more. We had the bowl, so gotta finish.
Absolutely. Congrats. Let me say, shout out to you before I introduce the other best in the game, Ross. Man, you're the only one on the show with the team. You know your team's still in there, so congratulations, brother.
I mean,
Survival of
y'all.
the fittest.
Hey, I take wagon applications, so y'all
I
just.
got you.
I can send y'all some Eagle stuff y'all need.
Hey yo, so I can so for the game this week, you gonna send me some Kelly Green stuff?
Yeah, I
You
can
got
see
it?
you some Collard Green, man. I got plenty.
I appreciate that. I'm riding with you this week. I got you, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mr. Everything, the best producer, the best editor, just the best guy in the game. Ross, what's up, brother? How are you?
What's good, Josh? I'm doing better. It's a couple days after this Ravens game, so I wasn't good yesterday, but I'm doing all right today. We're
Good,
gonna
man.
we're gonna talk through it this episode. We're gonna get through it.
Absolutely, man. I was there last week, brother. So I'm right there. I know your pain. I feel your pain. I've been there. You feel me? So, uh, better days are ahead, man. You feel me?
Yes,
So,
sir.
absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank everybody for watching last week's show. Thank you for tuning into this week's show. Again, we aim to please to be the best sports show out. We thank you for your comments. Thank you for all the love and support on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, etc. We try to comment back as much as we can. Again, we thank you guys for the support. We aim to be the best, and like I said, keep coming us, keep DMing us, keep commenting on our stuff, and we definitely, we'll definitely reply back. And again, we love to have you on the show if we haven't already had you on the show. So, invitations out. Whenever whoever wants it, come get it. Come sit against me, Tim, and that's the base sports. Ross, let them know where they can find our socials at, my brother.
Of course, man. You can follow us on Instagram at highly opinionated __ and follow us on X at highly O _SS. Like I always say, y'all, I know y'all watching us on YouTube already, so go ahead and subscribe. Like Josh said, comment. We will comment back. We try our best to comment back to everybody, but we definitely love and appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the love.
Absolutely, for sure. The best in the game, Ross, man. We appreciate you, brother. Tim, you ready to get episode 22 started, man? Jam-packed show. Let's get it, brother.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's start with the national championship recap. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we are the last to wish and congratulate the Ohio State Buckeyes on winning the national championship. By the way, the first 12-team national championship. A little history lesson. Ohio State won the first 14 national championship right after the BCS. They had the first 12-team national champion. Ohio State won the national championship 34-23 against Notre Dame. Will Howard, 17-21, 231 yards, 2 touchdowns. Junk is the running back, 11 carries, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Will Howard added 57 on the ground. Jeremiah Smith was a problem for Notre Dame, 88 yards, 1 touchdown, 5 catches. Notre Dame fought hard in the second half. They had Riley Leonard, 22-31, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns. Riley Leonard added 40 yards on the ground and a touchdown run. So Notre Dame definitely fought hard. They played a great game, but Ohio State was just too much Buckeyes. And once again, congratulations to Ryan Day and the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yeah, man. This game came down to me, man. Third down conversions, man. Ohio State was 9-12 on third down conversions, and if you know anything about football, you ain't gonna win if you're not getting off the field. I wanted Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame to win for obvious reasons. You know what I'm saying? Black head coach. You know what I'm saying? Notre Dame don't rarely win nothing. I'm not a Notre Dame fan, but it would have just been nice to see. And it was MLK Day in Atlanta, so the storyline would have fit itself. So man. But I knew Ohio State had more talent. You know what I'm saying? You had to cause them to get a mistake or two. I know they got one mistake, but they just couldn't get out the field, man. That really was the key in the game. Shout out to Ohio State. Shout out to Ryan Day. I bet you they happy they ain't firing him now.
Absolutely. They lost 4 straight to Michigan. I understand that to an extent, but he should have never been on the hot seat. The man's one of the winningest coaches in Big Ten history. Just because you haven't won a championship yet doesn't mean you're not a good coach. So I'm glad Ryan Day was able to put his head down. Ohio State put their head down and started grinding, and they work themselves to win the national championship. I want to give a shout out to Notre Dame receiver Jaden Greathouse, 6 catches, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. I ain't know though. I'm not saying I didn't know. I'm not saying I didn't think Notre Dame could throw the ball, but Greathouse had 128 yards and 2 tubs, man. That definitely got them somewhat back into the game, but it was just too much Ohio State, too much firepower, offense and defense. Notre Dame started out slow. Halftime score was 21-7. If I'm not mistaken, let me pull that up now. Yeah, the halftime score was 21-7. So for me, I just look at it as Ohio State was the better team. They definitely played like they were the better team. And once again, congratulations. Now they're the odds-on favorite for next year. We're not going to give a pick next year. It's too much that can transpire from here until the start of the next football season. We'll do that during the offseason. But yeah, man, you got $20 million in NIL money. You can definitely get to a championship and win the championship. And that's what Ohio State did.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Once again, congratulations to the Ohio State Buckeyes on winning the national championship. Tim, it was a great college football season. That wraps up our first year on Highly Opinionated covering college football. Just a quick thing before we wrap up, as we're wrapping up the season. Any favorite memories throughout the season for you? I'll try to give 1 or 2. You give 1 or 2.
What game was it, bro? Dang, that's a good question. Go first. Let me think.
I'll go first. I'll say watching Ohio State. My first one is watching Ohio State come back from the disastrous loss against Michigan. It's one thing to lose at Oregon by 1 point. They had a chance to win. Will Howard slid at the end, lost to clock management. But Ohio State was favored by 19 or 19 and a half at home against Michigan. To lose that game, still find the fortitude, the toughness to come back and win the national championship. That should be celebrated. And the second thing I'll say is, you'll love this. The last 2 champions are the Big Ten, from the Big Ten. I am known to be an SEC lover, but I have to tell her how it is. Right now, currently, the best conference is the Big Ten. They have the 2 best. They have the 2 last national champions. An SEC team hasn't played in the national championship in the last 2 seasons. Last year was Washington and Michigan. That was Pac-12 and Big Ten. Now Big Ten. And this year, independent Notre Dame versus Big Ten Ohio State. So I felt like the SEC adding Texas and Oklahoma cannibalized itself because you added 2 teams now, so they have to beat each other up. Best conference right now, you got to give it to the champs, back-to-back champs, the Big Ten.
Definitely. Yo, I'm trying. It's crazy. I can't think of a game off the spot.
Don't necessarily gotta be a game. It could be a moment. But if you got a game,
So one thing I didn't expect was Florida State to take such a downfall like they did. That was unexpected. But you see from the guys that's playing on Sunday, it looked like, you know what I'm saying, they making big impacts in the league already.
Absolutely.
So that was one thing I didn't see. And the second thing would be, what's the name? Did a great coaching job this year. South Carolina coach Shane Beamer.
Yes.
I like them. Once I started watching them, and I told y'all they was going to be pretty good. So those are the 2 things that stuck out to me.
Absolutely. Love you on Shane Beamer. You was the first one talking about Tennessee. You was the first one talking about South Carolina. So you would definitely, even though they didn't win the championship, fine. That's just because you didn't win the championship didn't mean you have a good year.
Exactly.
South Carolina, man, they're a team to be reckoned with next year. If they come back the right way and do what they're supposed to, they're definitely a team to be reckoned with. I actually think South Carolina and Illinois, that was a precursor to next year. Both of those teams could be on the rise and might be able to steal a bid in the playoffs next year.
That was the game I was talking. That was one of the best postseason games, bowl games to watch.
South Carolina, Illinois, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, before we take our first break here on Highly Opinionated, again, we just want to send our best wishes to the people in LA and California dealing with the wildfires. Again, if you can donate anything to the American Red Cross, please donate. Again, donate to the American Red Cross. We want to help as many people as we can with the platform that we have. So again, if you can donate anything to the American Red Cross, help those people out dealing with those terrible, tragic wildfires in California.
Yes, sir.
We'll take our first break here on Highly Opinionated. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Highly Opinionated is sponsored by Wolves of War. In some of the episodes, you can see my co-host and Ross wearing a brand called Wolves of War. Wolves of War is our first sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, and we are so thankful to have those guys sponsoring Highly Opinionated. Thank you very much. The actual meaning of Wolves of War is that it represents having a strong path behind you through the battles of life. With the right people behind you, you can get through anything. You guys see the link for Wolves of War. Make sure you guys click on the link. Shop, great apparels, t-shirts, sweatsuits, whatever you want, they have. Once again, Wolves of War. Make sure you guys go shop. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Highly Opinionated. Ladies and gentlemen, the best segment in sports has returned. As you guys can see, let's talk about it. The first topic that we have on Let's Talk About, we got two topics this week for you guys. The first topic is, should the NFL change the playoff format? And what we mean by change the playoff format is the division winners, each division winners are seeded 1 through 4. What we're asking is, should it, instead of going to division winners, should it do by just record, the best 7 records in the conference? Tim, I'll let you start us off. What you think?
So I was going back and forth with it, but I'm starting to lean to the best record. I know this year was kind of like an anomaly because normally you don't get 14-3 second place division. You know what I'm saying? Second place person in your division. So it probably was a little off just because this year. But I still feel like, though, like your record should matter in the NFL. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just because you win a division, like if you win a division, sometimes, I mean, I remember it was coming up. I remember like below 500 teams won the division. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember like a 7-9 team winning it a couple times. Like I just feel like they don't really deserve a home game just because they beat up, you know what I'm saying, on a bad conference. Like I feel like, you know what I'm saying, let the record shows. The record is your resume. So let the record dictate, you know what I'm saying, who gets the home game, or you know what I'm saying, vice versa.
Yeah, for me, I like the format the way it is. I would be more pressed about giving this. I would be more pressed about giving the second seed back a bye. You remember back in the day, the number 1 and number 2 seed got byes. I would be more pressed about that than changing this. For me, I feel like if you win your division, you should get a home game. For example, the Houston Texans, they won their division, the AFC South. I think that's the worst division in football. They won their division. By them winning their division, they got a home game against the Chargers. I felt like that propelled them to beat the Chargers in Wild Card Weekend. So for me, I feel like the playoff format is just fine as far as that. What I would change if I was doing it would be going back to the division. The number 1 and number 2 seeds should get buys. Because I feel like if you're, like, for example, the Philadelphia Eagles, they were the number 2 seed in the NFC. The Buffalo Bills were the number 2 seed in the AFC. They shouldn't have had to play in the wild card. In my opinion, they shouldn't. Philadelphia had 13 wins, 14 wins, if I'm not mistaken.
14, yeah.
14 wins. So why should they have to play the Packers in the first round? I don't know why they took away the one. I get it because it evens up. It evens up. You get 3 games in the AFC, 3 games in the NFC, so it evens up. But
I was about to say, my fault.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
How would you change that then? So if you say we get the first 2 seeds about,
I will exactly tell you how I'll change it. I would add another playoff team, so that's 8. So you get 8 playoff teams in each conference. The number 1 and number 2 seeds get by. 3 play 8, 4 play 7, 5 play 6, and then that's the bracket. That's how I would do it. They want more playoff games because it's more eyeballs, and that more playoff games means more revenue for the NFL, which means the TV companies, ESPN/ABC, Fox, CBS, Amazon, Netflix, wherever they wanted to give the game to, Peacock, etc. That's more money that the NFL could take. So for me, I would do that before I change the division winner. Like, I have no problem with Tampa Bay. I think the NFC South is the weakest division in the NFC. I don't have a problem with the winner getting a home game. I don't. Like, you won the division, you should have a home game. Tampa Bay played Washington. They played them at home. It didn't help them. They lost. You get what I'm saying? So I just think you win your division, you should be guaranteed a home game. I like that. But I would add an 8th team to the playoffs, and the number 1 and number 2 seeds get a bye.
I wouldn't say I'm not gonna say I have a problem with it. I think the matchups will be a little better in that first round. Like, I'm all about, like, I like saying better games per se. So like, I don't really, you know what I'm saying, I don't really like, you know what I'm saying, to me, I just would like to see the better teams play the better teams. Like, I like to see good on good on every week personally. That's just my opinion. I like to see good on good. The only other knock I would say about the 8 team would be, like, Well, it's not even a knock, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I need to, if that's the case, I don't want to hear nothing about player safety no more. Like, we got to stop all these other narratives. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we going to keep adding weeks and stuff like that, yo, don't hit.
Well, I mean, but that's what they're doing. Like they talk out one side of the neck about player safety, but then add weeks to the season. So I mean, look, I'm not the commissioner, so I'm not saying.
Like, oh yeah, no. I'm just saying, like,
they should do that, but I'm just saying, for me, I would rather them add an 8th team to each conference making the playoffs, so you get 8 teams out the AFC, 8 teams out the NFC, and the number 1 and number 2 seed gets a bye. I don't understand why the number 2 seed doesn't get a bye. That's crazy. Like that, like Philadelphia won 14 games, Buffalo won 12, 13 games. Why shouldn't they get a bye? That's crazy.
See, me personally, I don't like byes. So like I was fine with not playing the bye. Like I like playing. Like I don't I feel like your schedule getting mixed up. Like in most of the teams, if you watch most of the teams that come off byes, they look rusty. They start slow. Cause it's like just your normal pattern now. So me personally, I don't want no bye. Just let's play. That's why I wanted the number 2 seed. Y'all can have the one. That's fine.
Well, for me, I would rather have a bye. I saw what Kansas City did. Obviously, Kansas City had a couple of things in that game go their way, but I felt like the bye helped them. The bye gets your body recharged for that playoff run. And I saw that with the Patriots with Tom Brady. Obviously, you guys know I'm a Tom Brady fan. That helped them. That propelled them to get to a Super Bowl. You get 2 home games. All you got to do is win those 2 home games. You go to the Super Bowl. I mean, I would sign up for that every day of the week. Think about this. If you think about this in this way, especially for Kansas City. Kansas City is guaranteed with the number 1 seed every year, 2 home games, and they make the playoffs. I mean, they make the Super Bowl. And if the matchups go the certain way, they would only have to play at best 2 out of these 3 quarterbacks: Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen. That's not a bad. That's not. Think about it, Wiz, though. Like, for example, let's say Cincinnati made the playoffs. Cincinnati with Josh Allen would have had to play Joe Burrow. Then if he beat him, he would have had to play Lamar Jackson. Then if he beat him, he had to play Patrick Mahomes. That's a lot.
And I love it. Good on good.
I get that. I totally understand it. But I'm saying Kansas City's not going to have to do that because the number 1 seed gets the bye. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying that's an easier route for Kansas City to get to where they need to go than it is for if you got to go through that murderous road. And that's what I'm saying. If the number 1 seed should get a bye, then in my opinion, the number 2 seed should get a bye. That's all.
Yeah. I rather play though, but I get it though. Like I get it.
I got you. Both sides are right. I definitely give you that, my brother, for sure. Our last let's talk about it subject is: should Super Bowls be played in warm climates and or dome stadiums? I'll start us off with this. Absolutely. Don't want to see no Super Bowl in the cold. Don't want to see no Super Bowl in no 20, 30-degree weather. Both teams have won their respective conference. So let's just use last year's winners. We don't know who's going to the Super Bowl this year. Let's just use last year's winners. The AFC winner was the Kansas City Chiefs. The NFC winner was the San Francisco 49ers. Both teams have earned their way to go to the Super Bowl. So they should play in a warm weather destination or a dome stadium, whether that's Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Jerry World in Dallas, the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in Atlanta, the Superdome in New Orleans. I know I missed that. LA, the Charger Stadium and the Ram Stadium, Share Stadium, those domes. I don't want to see a Super Bowl in 20-degree weather in Baltimore or Washington or New York or New England. No. Dome weather, dome stadiums, warm weather. Let's see these teams at their best. Again, they've earned the right to get to the Super Bowl. Let's not make the Super Bowl more contested than what it need to be. That's a hard making it to the Super Bowl is hard enough. Let's reward making the Super Bowl and let's have the best conditions and let's have the best game.
Yeah, man, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, y'all know how I feel about the college football player. I feel like they should, we talked about that. So, warm weather, I want to see the best version of each team. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if one team don't play in the cold, I get that during the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? The playoffs, you earned your right to your home game, so they got to come to wherever you at. That makes sense. But the Super Bowl, the grandest game of the year, I don't want no weather restraints. I don't want nothing. I want to see both of them lined up, even playing field. Who better?
I agree. We definitely agree on that. And again, you've earned the right. You won your conference. Might have again. Let's use Kansas City and San Francisco. Number 1 seeds. You've earned the right to get to the Super Bowl. Kansas City is cold in Kansas City. So, no, they've earned the right to play that Super Bowl, which was last year in Allegiant Stadium, which was in Las Vegas. Dome Stadium. Game went to overtime. I think we both would agree it was a good game. Game went to overtime. The better team won. So, at the end of the day, let's now me and you disagree on what college is that I feel like the first round should be on campus. And then after that, you want to give it to the bowl games, that's fine. Because that's how it kind of is in the NFL. The home teams get a game. Kansas City got a home game. Well, not Kansas City. Baltimore got a home game in the first round. Tampa Bay got a home game. Buffalo got a home game, etc. So that's how that should be in the first round. After that, let's get to a warm weather destination in college. In the NFL, Super Bowl for sure. That's the creme de la creme, the top of the top, the game of the year. I want warm weather. I want everybody playing at their best conditions, best field conditions. And let's play. Roll the ball out. Let's see who's the champion for the season.
Yeah, just for me, I don't like it in college because I feel like they not the pros, right? So like I feel like we should do like the college basketball do it. We do y'all for my fault is 12 teams. We could do three different stadiums for each 4 teams, whatever region is closer to that. That's what I would like to see in college. To give it more of that college feel still. You know what I'm saying? Because they not pros. So I don't think you deserve a home game just because say Penn State was 13-1 and saying they played Indiana that was 10-11 or 12-1 or whatever. Like, do they really deserve a home game over that other team and they ain't playing the championship? I don't personally think so. So that's why I think in that college system, a reseeding and you know what I'm saying, like the tournament, we stay the games in I don't know, Indianapolis, Colt Stadium, New Orleans, or whatever region is close. I don't know off the top of my head, but that's just how I feel personally for college.
No, I get you. I mean, again, you can look at it both ways. I definitely understand the fact that they're not pros, but for me, you should, if you're the highest ranked team, you should get benefited for being a high ranked team. And to me, the only way to benefit that is having a home game. So again, I can see it your way, but again, for me, college, I like what they did in the first round, and then you spread the games out from the bowls. In the NFL, again, Super Bowl, warm weather. We agree on that. Super Bowl, warm weather destination. That's all we want. Warm weather destination or a dome destination. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Highly Opinionated. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Highly Opinionated is sponsored by Wolves of War. In some of the episodes, you can see my co-host and Ross wearing a brand called Wolves of War. Wolves of War is our first sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, and we are so thankful to have those guys sponsoring Highly Opinionated. Thank you very much. The actual meaning of Wolves of War is that it represents having a strong path behind you through the battles of life. With the right people behind you, you can get through anything. You guys see the link for Wolves of War? Make sure you guys click on the link, shop, great apparels, t-shirts, sweatsuits, whatever you want, they have. Once again, Wolves of War. Make sure you guys go shop. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Highly Opinionated. As you can see, we have a special guest, the man, the myth, the legend, a friend of both Tim and I. I had the pleasure of being around Tim and Justin playing basketball, man. These guys sports takes are just as cutthroat as they are on the basketball court. They do not recognize you if you're on the basketball court with them. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me do a formal welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, Justin. Welcome to Highly Opinionated, my brother. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. How you fellas doing today?
I'm good, man. How you doing, Tim?
I'm good, bro. I'm great. Kelly Green, Monday, Victory Monday, Ravens lost too, so that's a great Monday. Boy, that's a great Monday when they lose.
Justin, I told you this during the break. I'm just letting you know he's been inseparable this whole episode. Oh my God.
I know it's funny because yesterday because I'm a Commanders fan, so we not at odds this weekend because I'm a realist, so I understand the Eagles should win the game, although I want my boys to win. But I mean, you have a brain, you kind of understand what's going to happen, and I kind of want to see a Bills-Eagles Super Bowl because I think that'd be the best matchup. So. I'm kind of, I kind of understand what's going to happen this weekend.
Man, that might be a little foreshadowing, Tim, but later on with our picks, man. This guy, Justin, man, this guy's intelligent and smart. He know his stuff, don't he? I would agree with you on that assessment. With, by the way, with your Commanders, man, congratulations to your Commanders on making the NFC Championship game, brother. I know it's been a rough years, decades as a Commanders fan. You guys got the right ownership. The Philadelphia, what's the guy's name?
Josh Harris.
Josh Harris. Magic Johnson's into that ownership group as well. You guys hired the right general manager, Adam Peters, hired the right coach, Dan Quinn, drafted the right quarterback, Jaden Daniels. So you guys are nothing but on the trend of doing well and trending to be a very good team in the NFC and, you know, be talked about for years to come. So congratulations, my bro.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, you got to take your lump. So I feel like this is one of the steps they got to take. You know, hopefully they compete Sunday and don't get blown out. But, you know, hopefully they get the fourth quarter with the game tight and you see where it goes from there.
Well, man, let me say this. And Tim, I'll let you go after this, man. Your boy Jaden Daniels, man. Any close game, they feel like they can win with him. And his leadership and the ability to believe like that, man, belief is everything. I always tell Tim and Ross, like, there is no highly opinionated without them. Yeah, somebody may have came up with a vision, but they believe in the vision. They see what it is. They see the vision. They see what they can do. I mean, this is the only place that allowed Tim to go be a star. Tim can be the star of the show if you want to. You feel me? So I'm just saying, like, you got belief is a powerful thing. And with Jaden Daniels, the Washington Commanders, and their Commander fans, you're not the only Commander fan I know. Shout out to B Hill. Shout out to my great uncle Lee Ice. Shout out to James. Like, these guys, they believe, man. They believe he got the ball in his hands. They can make a win.
Yeah. I mean, so far the boy, he cold. He cold. And normally me and Tim talk about it. I want to see him do it for a couple of years before I put him in that stamp class, because we've seen a lot of quarterbacks have, you know, a great first year, great second year, then by year 6 they kind of fizzle out. So let's see what he do, you know, 3 years down the line. But as of right now, boy cold.
Boy cold as ice. Go ahead, Tim.
So for the Commanders versus Philly game, what does the Commanders have to do to win the game?
If they want any chance of winning, you can't let Saquon win for 200 yards. So you're gonna have to load the box. But at the same time, I mean, I know Hurts ain't been throwing the ball crazy, but he can throw the ball. It's just that when you run it for 200 yards, why should you throw the football? So I mean, and with it being a divisional game, I know Washington knows, you know, Philly, and likewise. So maybe they, you know, having faced Saquon twice, maybe you have a better grip on how to control it. But from what I've seen, quite honestly, he's been the best player in football this year, the most important player. That's not a quarterback, but I think even with the quarterbacks involved, he's actually been the most important player. Because, like you said, 2,000 yards has only been done 9 times, and he could have broke the record if he played the last game. So I mean, that goes to show how valuable he is. But I think that even if they stop the run and you play man, which is what you're gonna have to do, I mean, you still got Devontae Smith, still got AJ Brown, still got Dotson, still got Goddard. So it's like, I mean, it's going to be a hard game.
You want to keep going, Tim, or you want me to go?
I got one more. So,
okay,
yeah, I agree, man. I think, honestly, to beat the Eagles right now, you just got to pray. You know what I'm saying? You just got to pray. I really don't think it's much. Like I told y'all at the beginning of the year, man, like as a defensive coordinator, like I'm not a defensive coordinator, but I was like, yo, I try to figure out, like, I try to look at the game subjectively, right? Mm-hmm. So I try to figure out, like, what is the weakness? Like, where offensively would I try to attack, where defensively I would attack? Like, and I ain't gonna lie, yo, I don't know, yo, because that front line, like the importance of a dominant nose tackle like Carter, yo, like, he really makes a defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, like being able just to rush 4 is a luxury. Like, it's a luxury. A lot of teams can't do that. So it's like what do you really like when the losses we did have, the one thing I did see when we played Tampa, we was injured, but like the quick passing game is probably your best bet.
Yeah. Bro, what you trying to say?
I'm just letting people know the all hands on the table.
Now you want to provide context. All right, cool, bro. Go ahead, Jim. Go ahead. I'm sick of you today. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of your ish today, Tim. I'm sick of you.
All hands on the table. But yeah, like I think you got to be quick game. But it's like, yo, you know how this go, yo, like 16, 17 play drives, yo, they hard to come by regularly. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, you need an explosive. So it's like they don't give up with that cover 2 that Fangio run. They don't give up explosive. So it's like Yo, you gotta pray, yo. Like you gotta pray, yo. Hope for turnovers, and that's one thing I feel like Jalen's not getting credit for. Like he's not turning the ball over. So last year he was a turnover machine. This year he cleaned it up, just like Josh Allen. And you see what the benefits of not turning the ball get you. Everybody that didn't turn the ball over this weekend, they
won the game. Yeah, won the game.
4-0. Turnover margin. Whoever won the turnover margin, they were 4-0 this week in the last week in the divisional round.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. You take care of the football, you're gonna advance.
But I am excited to see this game though because I feel like what like a lot of people using this word house money, like, and I get that. Like I got that the first game. The second game, it ain't house money because like Detroit should have known what they was playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, the first game versus Tampa, okay, you playing with house money. Nobody think you win. You know what I'm saying? The next game versus Detroit, I mean, nobody thought you win, but it ain't house money. Like Detroit just seen you beat Tampa, so it ain't like I'm shocked. Like it ain't no shock factor. Like, oh no, y'all coming to play. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't look. We gotta start the same, bro. Like it ain't no slow starts. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like. You know what you in for.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you ain't lying. And I think one thing that concerns about Washington, think about it, is the fact that they don't really establish the run. So if you try to sit there and throw the ball so much versus the Eagles and they only rushing and they know you passing, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to move the ball down the field. That's why I think in the end, I think the Eagles are gonna be victorious. Now Washington find a way to avoid turnovers. Of course, that's always the great equalizer. And, in special teams, if you get a punt return or something like that. That, of course, you can't account for. But if it's straight up clean football and there's no turnovers involved and it's mano a mano, they're going to have a hard time if they can't establish no run. It's going to be hard to win like that.
No, definitely. You're definitely not lying on that. So, obviously, you have a Commanders fan, but you have the Eagles winning the NFC. Who you have? You said you win the Bills and the Eagles in the Super Bowl. So, are you leaning Bills to win the AFC?
Yeah, I think the Bills get it done. I saw a stat earlier where it says that no quarterback has lost 4 playoff matchups versus another quarterback. So with Josh Allen being 0-3, I feel like he's due. And I feel like if he plays the way he's been playing, with not trying to be Superman the whole time, but take what they give you. They give you 6 yards, take 6 yards. Don't turn the ball over. Don't put it in harm's way. And like Tim was saying, take the methodical drives. If it take you 10 plays to get down there, take the 10 plays. Just don't turn it over. And if you do that, I think they'll get it done.
Got you. Yeah, that Kansas City, Buffalo at Kansas City game, highly anticipated AFC Championship game. I think the only quarterback matchup that's met more is Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. They've met 5 times. This is the 4th time that these guys have met. So Patrick Mahomes is 3-0, and hopefully Josh Allen can get that one on the board to make it 3-1.
Yeah. I think it's time. It's like, man, and me and Tim talk all the time. It's like I think the first game he didn't play well in 2020, but the last 2 playoff games he played spectacular. And
I thought he played well in 2020. I thought that was the 10-second game with Tyreek Hill. I thought he played well in that game.
No, that was the 2021 matchup. The first time
the 2020 is the Super Bowl when they lost to Tampa. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he did play well. They got blown out in that AFC Championship game. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was 38-24 was the score. But the very next year, that was the 13-second game when Allen threw 4 touchdowns, like 370 yards, no interceptions. He played great. He just ain't had a ball last. And then last year, he 250 yards total in the game, 3 touchdowns, and he threw that bomb to Stephon Diggs, who he dropped it, and then they lost by 3. So I feel like he's done his part in the playoffs to get it done. It just, the whole team ain't got it done. But I think now that the way he's playing, I feel like he's playing calm now. It's kind of like, all right, I know what I got to do to win, and let me just do what the team requires, as opposed to putting my cape on and trying to win the game per se. Just go out there and just do what they give you.
Josh Allen, to me, is where playoff record wins and losses really don't match up to play. Josh Allen, to me, has actually got better in the playoffs. He's had bad playoff games. I remember his first one at Houston, a couple early ones at Houston. He struggled when Deshaun was on the Texans. He struggled with Kansas City. But other than that, he's been better in the playoffs, whereas though someone, i.e. like a Lamar Jackson, has actually reverted down in the playoffs. Josh Allen has gotten better in the playoffs. So I feel like, I definitely This will be a good time for Josh and the Bills to, finally break that Kansas City spell and again add his name to that Joe Burrow list of being the only active players to beat Patrick Mahomes in the NFL playoffs.
Yeah, because the only other guy I think who beat him was Tom Brady, right?
Yeah, he's retired. That's why I said active.
Yeah.
Only Joe Burrow and Tom Brady. The rest of them, no one else. Whether you want to look at Lamar, Josh, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Andrew Luck, none of them. They didn't beat him.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud, none of them. So, go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, man. So I think I agree with the Bills pick. I think the thing is, he wanted to pitch that ball to James Cook, like on that when he got stopped at the goal line. He wanted, like, if you see it, look, you can see his eyes. Everything.
Eyes lit up. He was ready to pitch it back.
That was that old devil on the shoulder. Like, I'm trying to make a play.
And the fact that he didn't throw that ball showed me, like, okay, like he understands, like, the moments now. Like sometimes, like, even no matter how good you are, you got to understand the moments in, like, situations, right? Like
situational football.
Yep.
Like I like my guys me more than I trust anybody else. So you know what I'm saying? So I think Josh Allen has learned, like, in reverse of that, he has learned, well, I can trust him for guys. Like, I don't got to do everything by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just play a clean game and you good. So, like, I think they go up and get the win as well.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, I think he kind of following like Patrick Mahomes a little bit. Like, before Patrick Mahomes was bombed over Baghdad, he was throwing the ball deep, 50 touchdowns, 4,800 yards passing. And when they lost Tariq Hill, I feel like it made him a better quarterback because it was like, all right, we can't do that no more. So now you got to learn how to be a quarterback now. It ain't going to be no 2-play 80-yard drives no more. It's going to be, you got to drive the field and learn how to control the clock, control the line of scrimmage. And I think with Allen losing Stephon Diggs, I think kind of similar thing happened. Now I don't got to force the ball to one guy. It's like whoever open, who the right read is who I go to. And I think that's what made him better this year.
Got you. Well, Justin, we appreciate you for watching the show. And so the question I'm about to ask you is a question I've never asked on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Never given anybody free access because I know you watch the shows. I know you watch all of them. So we appreciate your support. Are there any opinions or takes or whatever words you guys want to use or you want to use that Tim and I have gave that you disagree with? And if so, since you have us here right now, we're right here in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
What takes are they? And see if we can spark a debate.
Let's see. I think the one take I had that you made that I kind of disagree with, but I get why you made it though, was when you said I think it was you mentioned Bo Nix when he was playing great. And I think Daniels kind of like tailed off a little bit when when Commanders had like a little losing streak. And then he was like, I think Bo Nix overtook him in the Rookie of the Year race, the offensive Rookie of the Year race. And I think I commented on the post. I was like, nah, I don't think so. Like, I think my boy's still cooking. They just had a little, losing spell. And then Washington went on to put that to bed. I think once they got the win versus the Eagles, now all granted Hurts got hurt, but sometimes you got to take advantage of opportunities. I think after that game, I think that kind of solidified who was the offensive Rookie of the Year. I think that's the only take that I was like, oh, no, I don't agree with that one.
Okay. All right. Well, so for me, my line of thinking with that was like you said, the Commanders definitely took a little drop. They fell off, and I thought Bo Nix. For me, I didn't think I thought Bo Nix had an underrated season because I wasn't expecting this from him with what he did in Denver. I'm not taking anything away from Jaden Daniels, but I could have played quarterback for the Commanders and it would have been up just because of what the franchise was.
Yeah,
the Broncos were 7 years ago from winning the Super Bowl. So we hold them in a little bit more of a high regard than we did the Washington Commanders. By the way, the Commanders, when they won the Super Bowl, weren't even the Commanders. They weren't even Commanders 10 years ago. That's a different name than what they are now. So that shows you the growth. That shows you the growth in the adjustments that they made that they felt like they had to make as a franchise. But for me, you weren't the only one as a Commanders fan. You know who he is because he watches the show. He was like, oh, so you think Bo Nix? You telling me Bo Nix is better than Jaden Daniels? And I'm like, sir, listen, it's just like Tim with the MVP vote. Like, bro, and I know you know this, ladies and gentlemen, our votes don't count. Like, we just watch the games. We tell you what we think, and it is what it is. So, like, I did take a little bit of heat for that Jaden Daniels because I thought Bo Nix was right there on his heels, and I thought for a second he was. But of course, Jaden Daniels balled up. No, not balled up. He stepped up. He balled out. He deserved to be the unanimous offensive rookie of the year. Unanimous.
Yeah. And I say Bo Nix, he definitely had a great year. Like, taking nothing from him, like the Broncos last year. The Broncos was solid last year, but to be a rookie quarterback and to take them to the playoffs, I mean, he had a tough matchup with the Bills, of course, but we see what the Bills are. So it's like that's why I want to see Daniels versus the Eagles, because I feel like the Buccaneers played a great game. Me and Tim talk. I feel like the Washington could beat Detroit because of the injuries on defense. So now I want to see what they do this weekend versus a real defense. So Bo Nix had a great year. I just thought that Daniels, was a little bit better. And go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. No, he was. Jaden Daniels was better the whole year. Again, for my specific reason during that time, I thought Bo Nix was, tripping on his heels. And again, I think you even agreed during that time. Washington dipped a little bit. Denver started winning. I didn't have Denver making the playoffs. I thought Washington. I didn't pick them making the playoffs before the season started, but I could definitely see a path for them making the playoffs. No disrespect, they had a full-play schedule, an easy schedule. Rookie, not a rookie head coach, but a new head coach, a rookie GM, new ownership. So that brings life, that brings joy into the organization, and you can take advantage of that. Now, for me, next year, you guys will have a second-place schedule. Let's see what they do in the second-place schedule, and then if they win a division next year, let's see what they do the following year with the first-place schedule. People always joke with me about Tampa. I'm sure you watched the show. We should have had you on the week with Washington and Tampa. You like Washington, I like Tampa. Y'all can crap on Tampa all you want. They still have a first place schedule. So they still had, it wasn't like they had to play the Chiefs, they had to play the Ravens, they had to play the 49ers. I know the 49ers wasn't great, but that's a hard team to play. They had to play who else did Tampa Bay play that was solid to good? They played the Chargers. Yeah, so Chargers. They had to play solid to my bad. They played Philly. They played Detroit.
Yeah.
So they had to play hard teams. It wasn't like, all right, well, we got 5 games against Carolina, we got 7 games against the Saints. Nah, you have a first place schedule, you gotta play or you play. So again, man, congratulations to your Commanders, man. They Jaden Daniels, man, that boy looking good. That's all I can say. He looking good.
Nah, he definitely looking good. And I know I definitely can't leave the show before I gotta talk about Lamar, man. Gotta discuss.
Oh, go ahead, bro. The floor is yours.
Gotta discuss Lamar, man. I didn't talk to so many people today, man, who've been talking about the Ravens, and they've been talking about how Lamar don't get no blame. And yesterday was on Mark Andrews and all that stuff like that. And it's like, man, we got to keep a spade, man. In the playoffs, man, so far Lamar ain't been that guy. And I love Lamar. I love his attitude. I love his demeanor. I think he's a great player. And I think a good compliment right now was Peyton Manning. I think when Peyton Manning first started, we used to kill Peyton Manning because he ain't get it done. But he had all the stats, had MVPs, had everything going for him. Number 1 seed, number 2 seed, and every year in the playoffs, some kind of way he always folded. And I think right now Lamar's on that same path. Now, I think he has the talent. I think he might get over the hump. But I think that in order for him to do that is he got to learn how to manage the game better. It's like, man, the turnover yesterday, you cannot turn the ball over on the road in the playoff. I think you're gonna win. You just can't do it. And then I saw another interesting stat. I know Timmy gonna laugh, but I think in every playoff game that the Ravens have won with Lamar so far, the defense has held the other team to 14 points. So when the other team score more than 14 points, the Ravens lose every playoff game. That for a 2-time MVP, that can't happen. Like they beat the Steelers. Steelers had 14 points. When they beat the Texans last year, I think they scored 14 points. When they beat the Titans that first season, they scored, I think, 10, something like that.
Yeah.
So if you playing a team that just put up 3 scores,
it's shaky.
It gets shaky. So it's like it come a point in time, man. It was like we got to be honest with ourselves. And I love Lamar, but you got until further notice, he ain't that guy in the playoffs. And that's just the hard truth.
I would agree with that assessment. I criticized Justin Herbert last week in the playoffs. He wet the bed. He played like ass, and Lamar didn't play like ass.
My fault, not to cut you off, man. He was sacked 10 times. Lamar didn't get sacked that much. But go ahead. I'm just letting them know. Like I'm just letting them know. I just like
Justin Herbert's representation on line one. No, he's right though. He's right. He was said 10 times. He was right about that. But when you play when you don't get the job done, to me, not every game is defined by a quarterback. But in certain moments, like Justin Herbert, I know he had 4 picks, but he had 3, in my opinion, that were like, oh, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Like that comes back to bite you. The 2 turnovers that Lamar Jackson had, that came back to bite him. The missed pass to Derrick Henry came back to bite him. Yes, Mark Andrews fumbled the ball. He dropped passes. The defense didn't get stops when they should have. Yes, the Bills defense played great in the first half by stopping Derrick Henry, meeting him in order to beat Derrick Henry, you have to meet him at the point of attack. If you let him get it going, it's a wrap. He's going to run over you. Just ask Minka Fitzpatrick last week in the wild card week at M&T Bank. He ran through the whole Steelers defense. They didn't meet him at the point of attack. You have to meet Derrick Henry at the point of attack. So for me, so I'll put it to you this way. I'll have a question to you. I have a question to both of y'all. Do you guys think Lamar Jackson will ever win a Super Bowl?
You want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
Whoever want to go first.
If I had to say it right now, I would say no. And the reason why I would say no is because it's not just on him, also the competition he's going against. So it's like you going against Joe Burrow, you going against Josh Allen, and of course you're going against Mahomes. And now you got CJ Stroud. We're gonna see how he progresses. If Herbert and them ever get the ghost off their back, you got Herbert. So it's like the AFC got all of the quarterbacks. So it's like say you win a wild card game, cool, but that next round, you gonna be playing one of them boys. And at this moment, Lamar has shown that he can't get it done. Like everybody talking about his stats yesterday, he played good, but his numbers was what they were because they was trailing. So he had to throw the ball, he had to put up numbers, he had to do all that. But when the game, I'm pretty sure y'all will agree, when the game was in the balance, that's when the mistakes came. So it's like from what I've seen at this current moment, I would have to say no.
Go ahead, Tim.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Y'all know I like to keep it 1,000, man. The Ravens ain't never winning nothing, bro. As long as I'm living, bro. They not winning nothing, bro. And I'm just being as honest as I can, bro. Like it's just like
for real.
So the windows is so for them to win, right? They have to get the number 1 seed, and they have to play. It has to go through Baltimore. That's their only real advantage. But it's always going to be hard for them to get the 1 seed because they dealing with Patrick Mahomes. They dealing with all them other guys, even in their division. Like I think, you know what I'm saying? They going to be fighting to win the division every year, but with the Bengals, Steelers sometimes. Hopefully Cleveland get their act right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. So I don't think they will ever win. I don't think he's winning the Super Bowl, bro. Because I just feel like organizationally, I don't know if Harbaugh is the best coach for that team. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to think it's on the players, right? Just the players messed up. Me personally, I'm not mad at the Mark Andrews fumble as everybody else. I tell y'all all the time, defensive players get paid too, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody punching the ball out to me is a hell of a play. He had it one arm, but to me, Andrews should have just fell down. I don't know who he thought he was going sideways. Sometimes you get out of your body. Sometimes you think you're something you're not. And that's what I think. He just had a lapse for a second. He thought he was a shifty guy. So, I honestly don't think they're going to win nothing with Lamar unless they change, the head coaching. And, I think, defensively, they got to get that Baltimore defense back, right? They got to get feared again. You know what I'm saying? That's – you love ground and pound, right? They got to get that defense back enough where though they can ground and pound the whole, you know what I'm saying, majority of the game. I wear you down, and then I take my shots when I win. But, winning on his arm, I don't think they ever going to win on his arm. I think, they got to get back to that Ravens former. And me, unless they hire me, I don't see that happening. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I just think they try to prove people wrong. You know what I'm saying? He want to throw 40 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. We see all the numbers, but it's bro, the breakdown for me, honestly, is I think he need I think he need like a coach, not like a Tomlin, but like a more demanding coach. Like somebody said, like they asked Harbaugh at halftime, what you tell Lamar? And he said nothing. Why you ain't tell him nothing?
Yeah.
He wasn't playing good. Why you ain't? I don't care if you told him, hey man, run backwards. You got to tell him something. Like something is not clicking in this first half. Like you got to tell him something. I don't care if it was generic. Tell him something. And I feel like that lack of like he accountable, but it's like, and another thing, like, so I was joking about one of the parts, but like he played too cool to me. Like he too cool. Like I need a dog. Like he good, but he like cool. Like it looked cool. Like that throw. Everybody says Andrew's fault. Look how he threw it like this. He placed it. Throw the ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's too cool. But that's how he played. You feel me? Like the fumble, right? We seen him pick up the fumble before, stiff on somebody and throw a touchdown. So he get praised when he do that. But when I tell y'all that ain't good football, I'm retarded. You know what I'm saying? But now when he fumbles in the playoffs, now y'all ain't laughing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, so like it's cool. But like I need what's the word? I need assertiveness right now. I don't need the cool quarterback from the neighborhood. I need a go-getter. I need this first down. I need you to throw your first.
I need a go-getter.
I need a go-getter, bro. I need
a go-getter.
That pass to Mark Andrews, let me throw that. It's right on the pylon. He catching it, and he don't gotta go. Somebody kept trying to tell me he was his chest. So my math, right? This is my chest, right? This is my chest. This isn't my chest. This is my chest. That pass wasn't there.
Yeah.
That pass gotta go to the pylon. I don't care what he wasn't pressured. So it ain't like somebody got there and he had to throw that. Like, that's what I'm saying. He just too cool. His mechanics too cool. Like, it's too cool. I need, in those moments, you need precision. And that,
especially in the snow, in the bad weather.
You know what I'm saying? I need all that to click. Somebody told me, yeah, he should have caught it. I think he should have caught it. But let's make it easier for him. When they lost to the Eagles, right? They told me it was Justin Tucker's fault. Why not getting better field goal range? Why he kicking off 50 yards if he's struggling? Let's make it easier for him. That's my thing. Like, let's make it easier. Like, we making it too hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And to say one more thing, I feel like, and again, like I think Lamar's talented. Think he's
don't get me wrong.
Great player. And I think he could win a Super Bowl, but he got to clean up the intangibles.
That's what it is. It's just the little things.
Yeah, the like Tim said, like the mechanics. Like yesterday in the snow, that pass to Henry. If he throw the ball up, Henry 6'2", 240. Like, he's not reaching down to his knees to catch the ball. Like, throw that ball in his chest. Henry gonna score. He throw the ball to Andrews' chest, like where the ball should have been. Andrews gonna catch the ball, walk in. It's raining outside. It's snowing. It's sleeting. Everybody, you expect Andrews to run to the pylon on an out route, stop, come back, catch the ball low, and then fall in the end zone. If he throw the ball up high where he can use his hands, the game was tied. We never know what happened.
6'5", bro. He's 6'5". Like, I keep hearing people like, yo, he's 6'5". He's not out height. Out height, that ain't a bad throw, right? We 5'10", 5'8", 5'. You can reach. You feel me, JD? You can reach and get that. 6'5", that's a longer, you know what I'm saying? That's a little, you know what I'm saying? That's different.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, in that particular situation, you want to throw the ball. If you're dealing with a shorter person, you want to throw the ball lower to the ground. You're dealing with a taller person, you want to throw the ball higher to the ground.
But I don't see it happening.
No, I agree with you. Well, I'm not gonna say I agree with you. I agree with that. That Lamar has to make the improvements to get better. But I do think he can win a Super Bowl. And the proper, like Justin said, the proper analogy would be Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning struggled, two different quarterbacks. I get it, but I do think Lamar with the right team, right situation, can win the Super Bowl. But he has to clean up the mechanics. He has to clean up the mistakes. He has to be. I don't want to say he got to have a little bit more dog in him. I think he has dog in him, but again, he has to clean up the mistakes that separates him from being that can separate him from being very good or being great to being the greatest. He's a great player, but now you want to be in the greatest category. Sure. You have to clean up the necessary mistakes. And I tell my son this all the time. It's a fine line between good and great. It's a fine line between being great and being the greatest. You got to dot the I's, cross the T's, lacing up the shoelaces, lacing up the cleats, make sure the jock strap is where it needs to be at, make sure the helmet is where all that. A fine line. So I think Lamar Jackson can do that. And if he does that, he can win a Super Bowl for sure. Justin, we want to thank you for coming on this episode 22 of Highly Opinionated, my brother. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the support. We promise we will have you back and give you as much time as you want to, my brother. Again, man, we want to thank you for coming on, man. Thank you for the support, and you're welcome anytime, sir.
Absolutely. And I want to say one thing. This is my favorite sports show to watch because y'all keep it real. So you know how it is on TV. Everybody, they say what's politically correct, but here on the show, on Highly Opinionated, you know what I mean? Best takes, keep it real. Ain't no sugarcoating. Y'all tell it how it is. And that's why it's the best show out.
We appreciate that, brother. Again, man, whenever you want to come back, invitation is always welcome, brother. We appreciate you for coming on and dropping your knowledge. We're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. You're watching Highly Opinionated. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Highly Opinionated is sponsored by Wolves of War. In some of the episodes, you can see my co-host and Ross wearing a brand called Wolves of War. Wolves of War is our first sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, and we are so thankful to have those guys sponsoring Highly Opinionated. Thank you very much. The actual meaning of Wolves of War is that it represents having a strong path behind you through the battles of life. With the right people behind you, you can get through anything. You guys see the link for Wolves of War? Make sure you guys click on the link, shop, great apparels, t-shirts, sweatsuits, whatever you want, they have. Once again, Wolves of War. Make sure you guys go shop. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Highly Opinionated. Tim, let's go over the NFL divisional round. We know who will be playing in Conference Championship Week, but let's recap to look forward to Conference Championship Week. Let's start chronological order as always. The Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Houston Texans 23-14. Patrick Mahomes, 16-25, 177 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Kareem Hunt, 44 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown. Travis Kelce, man, when the playoffs lights come on, he shows up and stars the brightest. 7 catches, 117 yards, and 1 touchdown. The Houston Texans, C.J. Stroud, 19-28, 245 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Joe Mixon, 18 rushes, 88 yards, 1 touchdown. Nico Collins, 81 yards, 5 catches. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. They move on to the AFC Championship game for the 7th consecutive season. Your thoughts on this game, my brother?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's hard watching Chiefs games, man. Like, all right, man. You playing 12. Like, you playing 12.
12? So you got the 11 people on your team. Who's the 12th man, bro?
Them referees be crazy in them Chiefs game, man. Like them both roughing the passer, unnecessary roughness penalties, extended drives where they actually score points on. And both of them was bad calls. Like, I wish the replay assist can assist on stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that's that quick and they really can't see. Like, sometimes you can't really get a good angle or you really can't see it. And it is going faster than what we see on the TV, you feel me, live. Like, you on the field. It go a little faster, right? But, like, they need replay assist or something on those because both of them calls was horrible. Then he flopped out of bounds one time. They ain't throw that flag, but it's like
who's he? Who's he?
My fault. Patrick Mahomes flopped on one of them flopped out of bounds, and this one I don't like. Right, like this is why I feel like defense. Like they got to make some better rules for the defense. Like he had a run. He ran in the circle on one in the rough in the back. He literally ran in the circle, stood there, looked. Both of them then to try to tackle him, then he slides. Like, yo, there's no way that's a penalty. Like, there's no way in the world that could be a penalty. Like, it's not even football at that point. Like, I don't even get why quarterbacks, like, they might as well wear red jerseys like they do in practice because it's you can't really do nothing to them, right? So, like, Texans actually played. They ain't played terrible, but they didn't jump out the car and bank them like I told them to do. Like they ain't jump out the car and bank them. So that was you know what I'm saying? They wasn't gonna win the game in a close game and none of that. And like you said, Kelce, I'm watching the game. I don't know how he gets open. Like if you see the breakdown of what type of routes he run, he don't never really run a route to me. Like he just go to open space and stand there. It's just funny watching, but he always opens some kind of way. Like it's crazy to me. But shout out to Kansas City, man. They got the win, man.
Yes, they did. They got this again. They're going to their 7th straight AFC Championship game. I agree with you on Travis Kelce. He runs routes. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen,
sure.
He runs routes, but it's more freestyling than it is running routes. And that's what he does. Like he freestyles out there. Him and Patrick Mahomes, they on the same wavelength, same connection. And those guys, they make it look good. I agree with you that Houston didn't come out and do what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to put their foot on the neck. They had a couple of drives in the Chiefs' red zone where they had to settle for 3 instead of getting 7. If they would have got 7, they would have put the pressure on Kansas City. They never did that. The score at halftime was 13-6. They were in the red zone a couple of times. They only got 3 points. So you got to get 7 against Kansas City, especially at Kansas City. The Texans didn't do that. And again, the Texans are going home, and the Kansas City Chiefs are advancing to the AFC Championship game. The next game we're going to go over would be considered the upset of the weekend. The Washington Commanders defeated the Detroit Lions 45-31. Jaden Daniels 22 of 31, 299 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brian Robinson added 77 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. De'Ami Brown, he's been hot this postseason. He destroyed Tampa in Wild Card weekend. He destroyed Detroit in this weekend, 6 catches, 98 yards. Jared Goff, 23 of 40, 313 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Jahmyr Gibbs, he was dominant for the Lions, 14 attempts, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8 catches, 137 yards. The only wide receiver tight end that scored for them was Sam Laporta. For me, my thoughts on this game is very simple. Jared Goff threw the Detroit Lions away. He threw the season away. He had 3 interceptions, and they were bad interceptions. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the playoffs, you cannot turn the ball over. They are magnified more in the playoffs. Extremely magnified. Washington had a pick 6 on one of his interceptions. That's a 14-point swing. Because let's say Detroit was going down to score 7. Now you give up 7. That's 14 points going the other way. What did Washington lose by, Tim? I'm sorry. What did Washington win by, Tim?
14.
That's a 14-point swing. So my point is that Detroit, Jared Goff, he didn't play his best. He picked his worst time to have his worst game with those 3 interceptions. And let me say this. Congratulations to the Washington Commanders. They beat my Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road, the number 3 seed. They beat the number 1 seed, Detroit Lions on the road. They have an opportunity to defeat the number 2 seed, Philadelphia Eagles on the road, to get to their first Super Bowl since 1991. Again, congratulations to the Washington Commanders, their players, their organization, and their fans. You guys deserve it. Well deserved, well earned. Great win on the road.
Yeah, man, this game came down to me, man. Detroit defense, man. I've been telling y'all that defense ain't that good. And when you had the blitz, like when you got to blitz every time to get pressure, it's hard to, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to play man coverage that long. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, for me, I'm more mad at the defense than the offense. Goff did have some turnovers, but the Washington only punted once. So it ain't like they was stopping them. You know what I'm saying? Like Terry McLaurin took a screen for 65. Like Detroit, they got outplayed. Like they got outplayed. To me, Goff ain't have his best game, but we know what Goff is. You muddy the pocket, that ball going the other way anyway. So that wasn't shocking to me. But they really lost the game to me though. Like they was down 10. And they ran a reverse pass, and Shorty just threw the ball to the Washington.
Jamison Williams threw the ball, got interception.
Like I know they told him if he not wide open, throwing out of bounds, but for some reason he just threw it down there anyway. So that's when the game was official. I mean, they might have still lost, but to me, that's when officially the pressure was off Washington because they, you know what I'm saying. Now they was coasting. They was coasting. But shout out to Washington, man. Shout out to Commanders, man. I thought that was the only upset I could see last week, and it happened.
Yeah, I disagree about the defense. They got their best players are on injury reserve. You're playing 3rd and 4th stringers. There's a reason why they're 3rd and 4th stringers. So I'm not gonna kill the defense. Jared Goff can't throw 3 picks in a game like this, player.
They only punted once.
Yeah,
that's blame the defense, but they only punted once. So who fault is Jared Goff don't play defense?
Yeah, yes, but that's a misleading stat. Because Jared Goff gave them the ball in positions to score.
No,
so you don't
every time that he threw a
pick. Sir. The man threw a pick 6. The other interception they got back at like at the 30 or 40 yard line. You're not punting. You're not punting in that situation. So that's 2 drives that they could have punted on that they didn't punt on. You said they punted once. Let's say, hold on, let me ask you this. Let's say if they punted 3 times, could they win the game? Yes. The reason why they didn't punt, in part, yes, the defense wasn't good. I'll give you that. I'm not making something the defense wasn't good. But you cannot turn the ball over in playoff games. He turned the ball over and literally gave up.
Washington
gave up a touchdown on one.
28 points in the second quarter. That's not golf. That's not all golf. They scored 28 unanswered.
Okay.
The defense has to get some type of stop. They didn't get a stop, but one stop. That's the defense. The defense ain't play good. Golf ain't play good neither, but the defense was worse than golf.
Bro, you're right. And let me just say this. You're right. And then one of the bro, would you like to tell the audience what was one of their touchdowns in the second quarter, bro? Would you like to tell the audience?
It was a pick.
Pick what? Pick 6. Thank you, bro. That's all I'm saying.
That's still 21 other points.
Sir, if you take away that touchdown, they down by 7. That's what I'm like, bro. We can't act like that doesn't matter.
That's not because one of the picks he threw in the end zone. So no, that's a lie. That's what I'm saying. The picks didn't kill him. He threw a pick in the end zone, and they still drove the ball.
Hey yo. You're right. The picks didn't kill him. Hey, bro, I would love to see Jalen Hurts in the same. Hold on. You just said it didn't kill him.
Listen. That wasn't the main reason they lost. I can throw a pick, and we can get a stop on defense. That don't mean just because I throw a pick don't mean don't play defense. He threw a pick in the end zone to Jameson Williams, a late throw right before the half. Did Detroit get a stop? No way. No, sir.
Tim, the reason why they can't get a stop is because they're on to their 3rd and 4th string players on defense.
Okay, so
they are 3rd and 4th stringers for a reason.
So that's the excuse. They on the
No. That's not an excuse. That's a fact. I'm not getting. Hey, bro. Hey, time out. Hey, bro. Me not going to work. Hold on. Me not going to work today is an excuse.
No.
Because at the end of the day, I could Uber to work, right?
Okay.
I could Uber to work, right?
Okay.
Cool, bro. You can't. They lost Aiden Hutchinson. They lost their best, like their top 3 points.
Bro.
Go ahead.
This is what I don't like. What people do. You had them still going to the Super Bowl, so it's an excuse now that they hurt. It's an excuse. Now it's a crutch.
No, it's a fact. It's a fact.
Now it's a crutch. That's why I hate when people do this, bro. It's a crutch now.
Hey, Tim, I got a question for you, bro. I got a question for you.
No.
Yo,
I'm not done.
No, go ahead. You guys,
You got
it's an excuse that the Lions, don't have their best defenders. That's why they didn't make it. Okay, bro, you got it, yo. Hey, yo, so next week, bro, sit Saquon Barkley, sit A.J. Brown, sit Devontae Smith. I want to see the Eagles beat the Commanders without them, yo. I want to see them beat them without them, bro.
Everybody listening. People listen to what they want to listen to. That's not what I'm saying at all. This man knew 8 weeks ago that all these players was hurt. Right or wrong? Hey, Your Honor, right. He knew this 8 weeks ago. He still picked Detroit to go to the NFC Championship game.
Yes.
You cannot now tell me now that, it was the defense. The defense was no, my fault. You can't now tell me it was all Jared Goff, but the defense ain't stopped nobody, but it was all Jared Goff. But the defense ain't stopped nothing. That's an excuse.
You're right, bro. People listen to what they want to listen to. You didn't hear me. I didn't blame it all on Jared Goff. Bro, the defense didn't play good. Jared Goff knew walking into the game that his defense was at a disadvantage. So you can't throw 3 interceptions to make your defense at a more disadvantage. Bro, let me say this. He gave away 7 points. Your defense is not good enough to give away 7 points. They're not good enough for that.
So why did you have them going to the Super Bowl?
Sir. I picked the Detroit Lions to win the Super Bowl in August. Can you tell the audience, since you're being disingenuous, can you tell the audience, bro, were any of these defensive players hurt when I picked the Lions to go to the Super Bowl?
No, but you kept picking them after that. Like, you didn't stop picking them.
Bro, I picked them to beat the Tim. Who did you pick to win the game last week, the Commanders or Lions?
But you didn't stop picking
them. Tim. Who did you pick to win the game last week on the show between the Commanders and the Lions?
Detroit, but not for the reason you did.
So I did the same thing you did. Bro, and I thought they would get to the NFC Championship game.
You didn't pick them for the same reason I did. I picked them.
You're right, Joe. You're right. Hey, bro, I picked them because, listen. I picked them because I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. You picked them because you like their uniform, bro. That's fine. Nigga, at the end of the day, we picked them for the same reason. We got them to go into the NFC Championship game. They didn't get there. I was wrong, bro. You want me to say I was wrong on the Detroit Lions? You want me to say that?
I just hate how people dance. Like, y'all, like
dance what? Bro, Tim. I picked the Jets to go to this. Hold on. I picked the Jets to go to the Super Bowl. No, listen. I picked the Jets and the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. I got them both wrong. You picked the Browns and the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. You got at least one of them wrong.
No, stay on this conversation. I'm saying it's a tap dance because we can't blame it all on the quarterback.
I didn't blame it all on the quarterback.
You said the majority goes to golf.
Yes, majority of it is on his fault. Yes.
No, the defense ain't get a stop the whole
Okay,
day.
Well, okay. Well, yeah.
They let
Yo,
them score
I ain't gonna lie, yo.
25.
I ain't gonna lie. Me picking the Lions, I didn't expect the defense to get a stop. I didn't expect them to be the 85 Bears. I didn't expect them to be something that they weren't.
Bro,
But what I didn't expect was Jared Goff to shit the bed, which he shitted the bed.
Oh, one stop is one stop. So one stop is how many stops is 85 Bears? Because
I don't know.
They got one stop.
Okay, bro. Okay, yo. Whoever the worst defense in the league is, I didn't think they would be. I thought they were that, bro, because they're down to their third and fourth string players. Yo.
Matter of fact, you told me this team was physical. I got to double down on it.
They are physical.
Ain't nothing physical about the Lions, and I told you that. That's why they lost 41 to 30.
Bro, they are, bro. Tim, bro. You're so disingenuous and misguided on this game. The Lions got whatever. Tim, why did the Lions not score on every drive, bro, that they had? Because they wasn't physical? Bro, let me say this. They were literally moving the ball up and down the field. Why did they not score every time they had the ball, bro? Because of Jared Goff.
They wasn't physical at all. They a hybrid passing team, bro. They got out
bro,
physical power.
Jahmyr Gibbs had 105 yards on like 11 attempts.
Washington can't stop the run. We know that. That don't mean just because Jahmyr Gibbs is physical. I keep telling you that they not physical. Because if they was physical, they would have been able to.
Yo. So the reason why the Lions lost because they wasn't physical. That's what you want to say. You got that, bro.
They wasn't physical, and the defense ain't stop a thing.
Bro, just because the Lions, okay, let me come out. The Lions offense is physical. The Lions defense can't be physical because you're down to third and fourth string player. Bro, you know what, yo? You right, yo. I'm gonna say this, yo. You right. I'm gonna stick on this game. You got it, yo. You got it. The Commanders won 45-31. Let's move on to the next game. We got the Philadelphia Eagles beat the LA Rams 28-22. The Philadelphia Eagles had a performance from Jalen Hurts, 15 of 20, 128 yards, no touchdown, no picks. Saquon Barkley, 26 attempts, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts added 70 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown on the ground as well. Dallas Goedert, 56 yards receiving. Barkley had 27 yards receiving. Matthew Stafford, 26 of 44, 324 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Kyron Williams, 19 attempts, 106 yards, 0 touchdowns. Puka Nacua, 6 catches, 97 yards. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. They advanced to the NFC Championship game.
This, my friend, is a physical team. This is what physicality look like right here. Dominate both lines of scrimmages. Saquon Barkley, best running back in the league. This did what we had to get done. I think the score was a little closer than it should be. A.J. Brown had dropped the touchdown before half. You know what I'm saying? This why I don't like when they do all that extra.
That's why I'm receiving the NFL?
Yeah, he dropped one. First drop, he got a 0% drop rate though. Well, I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
That's why I'm receiving the NFL 2 catches, 14 yards in the playoff game.
And the snow.
And it was snowing the whole game? Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I could have sworn when he dropped that pass, it wasn't snowing outside. Bro, my bad. I don't want to cut you off, bro. I'm sorry, yo. I don't want to mess up your monologue, bro. Go ahead, Joe. You got it.
How many? It's cool. Jefferson got dog wall his last 3 games.
I don't think Jefferson the best receiver, but I know Jefferson better than A.J. Brown. I do know that. I do know Jamar Chase better than him, too. But go ahead, bro. You got it, yo. A.J. Brown, yo, he's elite, bro. 2 catches, 14 yards, bro. I'll comment on what you do. Go ahead, bro.
Did it call? This why I swear a lot of people don't know football. A.J. Brown ain't need a big game. Like, the game didn't dictate that. We don't have to throw the ball all over the yard. The game, that's what people don't understand. I keep hearing people talk about the pass game. The pass game, you got to stop the run first. Stop the run. We will throw it all.
Wait a minute.
Stop the run.
Wait a minute. Bro, time out. Let me take my glasses off. You trying to tell me the Eagles ground and pounding their way to a championship? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy me, oh my. Woo! Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This version of the Eagles, yes. And you know why, though? Because the talent they have around it. The Chargers can't ground the pound to a championship. That's what I'm saying. Like, listen to what I be saying. The Chargers can't ground to a championship. You know why? They don't have A.J. Brown on the outside. They don't have Devontae Smith. The Ravens can't do it neither. You know how the Ravens keep failing? Who on the outside?
Whoa. Time out. Bro, I'll give you all the time to put. You never said that, bro. That's not what you said. You said no team in today's era can ground and pound that. You
But
said
that's
this.
not all we do though. You ground and pound. That's not all we do. We play defense too, JD. Like,
Bro,
like,
ground and pound is running the ball and playing defense. That's ground and pound, bro. That's what that is. You run the ball and you play defense. That's not ground and pound, yo. That's not how the Jets with Mark Sanchez got to an AFC Championship game 2 years in a row.
Think about who you just compared him to, Mark Sanchez. Jalen Hurts actually can throw the ball, JD. That's what I'm saying. It's not just a pure ground and pound team. But right now, in snow environment, we grounded and pounded. That was the best form. It was in the snow.
But they did the same thing last week when it wasn't snowing in Philadelphia when they played Green Bay. They beat Green Bay. Hold on. Let me get the stats out. They beat Green Bay 22-10, bro. Jalen Hurts, bro, he threw for 131 yards, bro.
JD, before you go, how many weeks did Jalen Hurts miss before he played that game in Green Bay?
He missed 21 games. I mean, I'm sorry, not 21 games. He missed 21 days.
So what do you think they?
No, bro. Time out. I'm not expecting him. Hold on. Let me say this. I'm not expecting him to throw the air out the ball. That's not what I'm saying, bro. Bo Nix in his first ever playoff game threw more yards than Jalen Hurts. I'm just saying I thought he would be more. I thought he would throw the ball for more yards with the weaponry that you say that this team has.
Think about it. They are down. Like, think about the other than the first touchdown, the Broncos was down the rest of the game. That's what I'm trying to say. We're dictating. Yes, it's a form of ground and pound, but that's not all we could do. Like ground and pound.
That's all you could do, bro. You criticize me for saying ground, bro. I'm sorry, yo. This is blowing my mind, yo. The segment with the Lions, I was wrong. Oh yeah, yo, you picked the Lions. Whatever you say, whatever. I literally said in a segment shows before, bro, you can ground and pound your way to a Super Bowl. No, you can't. They can't do this. They can't do that, bro. But I never said ground and pound was all you have to do. I said you can ground and pound your way to a championship. The Philadelphia Eagles are grounding and pounding their way to the NFC Championship game, and they're gonna. And I know we're gonna pick the game next. They're gonna ground and pound their way to the Super Bowl. But you can't ground and pound your way to a championship. Okay.
You're gonna have to throw next week, JD. Like, eventually you have to throw the ball. Like that's just quite simply how this goes.
Bro. Yeah, bro. I'm not saying run the wing T. That's not what I'm saying. Tim.
So
why the Eagles winning offensively? It's not because of Jalen Hurts. They giving the ball to Saquon Barkley. He's making plays. And the offensive line, they have the best offensive line in the league.
Yeah.
A physical offensive line, I'll give you that. I think Detroit's offensive line is physical too. But the Eagles' offensive line is more physical and better. And they're giving the ball to Saquon Barkley. He's getting damn near 200 yards a game. They're leaning on their defense. And they're saying, Jalen Hurts, just make the timely throws. To me, that's the definition of ground and pound.
They won't win a Super Bowl that way. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I don't know that they can. Let's see them not do that.
They will have to throw the ball versus Washington.
I don't definitively know that.
Last time we played Washington, we lost because they stopped.
Jalen Hurts got hurt.
No, that's not the only reason why. But they stopped Saquon Barkley in the second
because
half.
Jalen Hurts got 2025. There's this word, bro. Context. Jalen Hurts got hurt. So at that point, bro, why would you fear Kenny Pickett? You're going to play up.
Because Kenny Pickett was throwing the ball better than Jalen Hurts.
Okay, fine. But if I'm a defender, I want Kenny Pickett in the game. I'm cool with that because he only can do one thing. Jalen Hurts can do more than one thing. So I'm going to play Jalen Hurts totally different than I'm playing Kenny Pickett.
Bro,
and that's why
we're going to have to throw the ball and win, bro. We're not going to be able to run.
Hey, yo, let me say this. I expect Saquon Barkley to get at least 150 to 200 yards, and we'll be having this. And then, bro, next week, bro, I'm going to let you open up this game next week. Like, sure, bro, I expect him to get 150 to 200, bro. And that's how it's going to be.
If he run for, okay, I'm not saying he won't, but I'm just saying, like, the games that we're playing, like, we're not strictly a ground and pound team, though. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. This is what they are dictating to us. Like, this is what, like, when the defense lines up, this is what I'm saying. Like, ground and pound, like, is a mindset, right? Like, when the Ravens line up, right, we know they want to run the ball. Like, the Eagles, like, is counting the numbers, counting the box. Like, it's not all we just run. That's not even Kellen Moore forte is running the ball. Like, sometimes we started the game off passing the ball. Think about it. We started off the game passing the ball. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. You want to be
And
right.
bro, let me ask you a question. When did the Eagles bust the game open?
By we talking about the run?
I'm asking you, yo. When did they start busting the game open? When did they start doing, to bust the game open?
Well, we threw the ball deep, got the penalty. Then he broke a run when Jalen Hurts checked into a run when they had a light box.
Oh, so you said they started running to daylight. Oh, okay, cool, yo. Yo, listen, bro. I'm not disrespecting him. Bro, I'm not disrespecting it. Yo, I'm not disrespecting Jalen Hurts, bro. He's a good player, bro. I'm not disrespecting him, bro. He's a good player, bro. He's a good player. Nobody's disrespecting him, bro. But the genesis of the Eagles offense is Saquon Barkley and their offensive line. To me, that's ground and pound, yo. That's ground and pound.
So hold on. So is every run game ground and pound?
Everyone, no. So, for example,
it's not ground and pound. Then it's not ground and pound.
Yes.
That's not what we do. We don't run. First of all,
Tim. Who's the best offensive player on the Philadelphia Eagles?
So if that's the case, every run game is ground and pound, JD.
Tim, bro, I love you. Tim, bro, you're doing a whole bunch of talking, bro. Can you just answer the question? Who's the best player on the Philadelphia Eagles offense?
That doesn't matter.
You're right, bro. Congratulations, bro. Your Eagles made the NFC Championship game, bro. I'm not gonna argue with you, bro. Congratulations. Okay, so who's the best player on the Eagles offense, then, bro? Go ahead. Okay, cool. Hey, yo, who's the best player? Okay, you're right. Now, this is how I'm going to tell you every ground and pound is not the same. Who's the best player on the Washington Commanders offense? Is it Brian Robinson? Is it Austin Eckler? No, that's my point, bro. Every ground.
Hold on. So just because your running back's the best player means you're ground and pound.
Oh, okay, my bad, y'all. I'm sorry, I have to break this literally down. Saquon Barkley is the best. Saquon Barkley is the best running back in the NFL. Derrick Henry is the second best running back in the NFL.
Oh, that's perfect. Stop right there. Do they have the same styles?
No.
Okay.
No.
But the Ravens are ground and pound. We're not ground. That's my point. We're not ground and pound. Just because you can run the ball well doesn't make you a ground and pound team. Ground and pound. See, this way you got ground and pound. That's 3-4 yards. Chug it out. 3-4 yards.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Listen.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
No, that's your definition. That's not my bro. First of all, you never asked me for my definition. You never asked me for it. You took me for a definition and ran with. No, I'm not gonna let you mislead. Second of all, bro, that's not my definition. My definition of a ground and pound team is simply this, bro. When you run the ball to set up the pass, bro. The Ravens run the ball to set up the pass. The Eagles run the ball to set up the pass.
That's not ground and pound. Next topic.
Okay, bro. You're 100% right, bro. Hey, yo, let me say this, yo. So, bro, let's say love to see the Eagles, yo. And Saquon Barkley got a bad game, bro. Love to see I love to see what you see the next day, yo. Love to see, yo. The next game, bro. The Buffalo Bills. Tim and I got the Buffalo Bills over the Baltimore Ravens, right? We both called that 27-25. Congratulations to Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, the real MVP. Y'all took a lot of shots at us. You feel me? Coming at us, talking about we got the MVP vote wrong and Lamar Jackson was going to show us this and show us that. I thought Lamar Jackson played a good game. 18-25, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 fumble. Derrick Henry, 16 attempts, 84 yards, 1 touchdown. Isaiah Likely, 4 catches, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. For Josh Allen, MVP, just simple man, just board man, get the job done. 16 out of 22, 127 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. James Cook, 17 attempts, 67 yards. And Khalil Shakur, 6 catches, 67 yards. Congratulations to Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Got off to an early start. They were up 21-10 at half. The Ravens made a run in the second half, but the Bills held on. Obviously, we'll get into the plays that broke down what happened in this game, but congratulations to the Buffalo Bills. They advanced to take on the Kansas City Chiefs next Sunday at 6:30 in Kansas City.
I got unpopular opinion on this game, man. The Ravens didn't lose on the Andrews catch. I actually think Lamar didn't throw a good pass on that play. If you look at it, he was late on the throw. The ball was low. And the guy's running the out route, so he's supposed to throw that to the pylon. Should Andrews have caught it? Yes. I'm not saying he shouldn't have. Not saying it should have been dropped, but a better pass, and you got to think about the conditions. It's snowy. You know what I'm saying? That's a hard. He's 6'5" tight end, trying to reach back. It's a hard catch. I know people think it was easy, but it's harder than what it looks. For example, I want y'all to go outside today, run outside, run an out route, have your father or somebody throw you a pass, reaching back, and see if you catch it. Just see if you catch it. You know what I'm saying? Just see if you catch it. But yeah, for me, that game, I mean, it come down. For me, I'm not even gonna blame Lamar too much. He did have 2 turnovers. I didn't think he played, but this might be one of his best performances in the playoffs, which is kind of saying like he really don't show up in the playoffs too much. But that's another story. But shout out to the Bills, man. Josh Allen, like you said, played a clean game. I was actually shocked that they got to run the ball on the Ravens like they did. I think they had over 150 rushing yards. That was shocking to me. But shout out to the Bills, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Bills. Again, we both picked them. Congratulations in my mind. The right MVP candidate won the game. I picked Josh Allen. We both did to win the MVP. The stats you gave during that argument was great, but I just felt like he was working with the less amount of talent. If you take Lamar Jackson off the Ravens, they win 5 or 6 games. You take Josh Allen off the Bills, they have the first pick in the draft. So for me, I just feel like Josh Allen showed, again, he took what the defense gave him. He ran when he needed to. He threw the ball when he needed to. So congratulations to the Bills. They take on the Kansas City Chiefs next week in the AFC Championship game. And listen, again, I felt like Lamar played well. He had the fumble, he had the interception, but he bounced back in the second half. He was damn near flawless in the second half. He played well. But and I agree with you, the Mark Andrews catch, it was vital. I'm not gonna say it didn't cost him the game. I'll say several plays didn't.
Hold on, my fault. One more point. So so the Andrews catch, right? Everybody do know that only ties the game. That doesn't win the game.
Yeah,
right?
and Buffalo still had a minute. Buffalo still had a minute, 33 seconds, and 3 timeouts left to travel down. And I thought that Buffalo had enough time to do that, to travel the ball down the field to score. So the game wasn't going to end. It just made the game tied. That's all. So I'll give you that. But the Derrick Henry miss in the first quarter with the pass, Lamar undercutted Derrick Henry. He didn't catch it. That hurt it. The field goals and the field goal instead of getting the touchdown.
My fault. Do you feel a better throw on that?
Yes, I feel like a better. I feel like you said that it wasn't the best throw with Andrews. I feel like the one he really missed was the one with Henry, because Henry was wide open. Henry would have scored. The one with Andrews, I mean, yeah, you could say that, but Andrews, to me, bro, you're a top 5 tight end. You got to catch that pass. You had to catch that pass. You're a top 5 tight end.
Yeah.
You got to make that catch. It's as simple as that for me. So at the end of the day, I felt like Lamar played average in the first half, but he balled out in the second half. He did everything he could in the second half to get them to win the game. And it was just poor luck, a short-handed one. Well, no, I shouldn't say. Mark Andrews will drop passes here and there, but you would think, on the Ravens team, he would, he'd be that guy to make one of the big catches or contested catches, and he just didn't come through. So congratulations to the Bills once again. They make it to the AFC Championship game. Tim, since we're here talking about the NFL divisional round, my brother, let's give our takeaways. As always, bro, you start us off as the captain, star of the show, bro. Tim, start us off, my guy. What's your takeaways from this week? And by the way, before you start, I better be in one of them, because I ain't gonna lie, you in one of mine. So I better be in one of them. It better be a good comment, because, bro, it's been a lot of peer pressure going on out here. You know what I'm talking about. So go ahead, Tim. Drop that knowledge, Tim.
My first one, man. Saquon Barkley is the best player in the playoffs. Like, I don't even think it's close. Like, and it's crazy because he's a running back. So like, he doesn't touch the ball as much as quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my first one, man. Second one, man, Detroit got dismantled at home, man. I told you I wasn't impressed the last couple games I watched them. I thought that could be the upset of the week. I just ain't like what I see. I know they got a lot of injuries, so I'm not one of them people that act like they ain't had nobody injured. But like the way, like a Dan Campbell team, I felt like they didn't play up to that level of standard. Like, yeah, we got guys down, but it didn't look like they rallied behind nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Goff ain't played well neither. I'm not excusing Goff, but it's like it just ain't look like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't look like Detroit.
No, you're right about that. They definitely came out lifeless.
Yeah, it just ain't saying. It just from the start, it just ain't look like them. My next one, man. Y'all was excited for that Ravens Bills game, man. I'm excited for this Bills Chiefs game, man. That's the one. I would, you know what I'm saying? The Bills Ravens game, don't get me wrong, it was a good game. But this is the one I'm really excited for. This, you know what I'm saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim, aka Dr. Petty. Dr. Petty, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Petty. Go ahead, bro.
This is the one I was waiting for, man. The last one, bro. So, you know, I did a take a while ago. I said the Ravens was wet like a wet dream. And I know y'all woke up with that feeling this morning. I know y'all did. I know y'all did. But you know what? Somebody hit me in my inbox and said, "Nah, Tim, you got it wrong." He said, "Yo, the Ravens are like a beautiful nightmare." And I was like, I like that. The Ravens are a beautiful nightmare. That's what they are. That is what they are. Until y'all realize this, y'all going to just keep being like this. Like, it's like I got friends that ain't answering my calls, my texts. I just want to make sure y'all all right. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I was out working in the snow a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I was outside, man. I seen a couple guys with Lamar jerseys on. I was about to take pictures, but you know where we from is, you know, I ain't want to get bite. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, like, stop saying Super Bowl, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, until you accomplish over the hill, stop saying it, bro. Like, I don't get y'all. Like, every year it's the same. Like, this is like, it's borderline insanity at this point. Like, every year it's a letdown. And it's like, y'all just won't give it up. Like, don't say nothing. You know, I'm an Eagles fan, right? I ain't say nothing about the Super Bowl till late in the season. You know why? Because I like to see something first. You know what I'm saying? I like to gauge. Okay, we gotta play them. We can, like, y'all wait. And I'm an Eagles fan, so I can gauge it a little quicker. Y'all wait until like y'all wait until after the divisional round to say something. Don't say nothing early on the season. Don't say nothing. Just be quiet. That's my last one, bro.
Oh man, that was very impactful, very informative, very impactful. They were very, very great takeaways. I'll give you that. My first takeaway is Chiefs 7 straight AFC Championship games. That's a referendum against the AFC in general. Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, etc., CJ Stroud. I mean, you name them. Josh Allen, like, bro, it couldn't be one year. It couldn't be the Bills and the Ravens. It couldn't be the Chiefs. It couldn't be the Chargers and the Bills. It couldn't be one of that. Like, this man went to 7 straight AFC Championship games. I saw a stat: the last 15 AFC Championship games has had Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes in. That is ridiculous. That is insanity for the AFC. My next takeaway. I know, man, Tim had a heated debate earlier, but Jared Goff, you wet the bed. You can't turn the ball over 3 times. Those 3 interceptions can't happen. You know your defense. Tim was right. I got to give my brother credit. He was on me, but he was right about the defense being bad. We knew the defense was bad going in. So don't turn the ball over. Don't wet the bed. You can't give the offense opportunity. You can't give the Washington offense opportunities to score from closer field position. You can't do that. Your defense is already at a disadvantage. Come on, Jared. Your ass didn't go to Jared. You didn't go to Jared. You went you shopping them on Diamond Mall. That's where you shopping at. You didn't go to Jared. It ain't no Jared down there. You feel me? Try to go to PK Jewelers. Nah, go to Jared. Get her a nice ring, get her a nice gift, get her a nice bracelet, get her a nice necklace. Come on, bro. Jared. Now I ain't gonna lie. The people in Detroit, they even looking at you side-eyed now. You can throw up all the stats you want in the regular season. You got to do something in the playoffs. My next takeaway. This version of ground and pound, again, going back to me and Tim going back during the last segment. This version of ground and pound can win you a Super Bowl. Saquon Barkley is the catalyst of the Philadelphia Eagles offense. Jalen Hurts can throw the ball. He has A.J. Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not think A.J. Brown is the best receiver. I think he's the top 5 receiver. Maybe top 3, but definitely top 5. He's a top 5 receiver. You got Devontae Smith. You got Dallas Goedert. You got Jahlil Dawson. You got my man Kenneth Gainwell coming out the background. He's a backfield. He's electric. This ground and pound version of the Philadelphia Eagles, which is Saquon is the best offensive player. Give him the ball, feed him the ball, catching, running the ball. Jalen Hurts make timely throws, make D throws. This team can win the Super Bowl. Congratulations to you, my brother. You've been on the Philadelphia Eagles since day one. You never wavered, even when they were going through a little rough patch throughout the season. So my compadre, my co-host brother, you deserve that. And your Philadelphia Eagles, this ground and pound version, they will definitely can be in New Orleans and win in New Orleans in a couple weeks. The last thing, last takeaway, Lamar Jackson played great. Lamar Jackson played well, but you can't turn the ball over. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys, you can talk about Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews fumbled the ball. Bernard actually was up here from, he's actually a Maryland kid. So he forced the fumble. You can't have that happen. Mark Andrews, you can't have that happen. Mark Andrews dropped the 2-point conversion. You cannot allow that happen. You can't have that happen. Yes, Lamar could have led him more outside, but again, you're a top 5 tight end. You got to make that pass. But Lamar, you did miss a pass early in the first quarter to Derrick Henry. Got to make that. Lamar, you did do an ugly interception that nobody knows who you was throwing the ball to. You can't have that happen. And Lamar Jackson, we understand you are a playmaker, but in the playoffs, sir, when you get a bot snap, just jump on the ball and live for another day. It is okay for 2nd and 17. It's not 1st and 10 Buffalo at the Baltimore 30-yard line. I can live with 2nd and 17 every day as long as it's not 1st and 30 at the Baltimore 30. You got to play smart. You got to be efficient in the playoffs. The eyes and the cameras are magnified on you more in the playoffs. And when you do dumb stuff, dumb things happen. Jump on the ball, live to fight another day. Those turnovers, along with the Mark Andrews drops, along with the Buffalo Bills, because let's give Buffalo credit. They came out, they said, Derrick Henry, we're not letting you run. Now you ran in the second half, but in the first half, we stopped you. And I want to also give my co-host this credit. He said that Derrick Henry, what did you say about Derrick Henry? You said he wasn't.
What's the word? I wanted to sound wrong.
It wasn't dynamic, but if you say
he's a one-cut runner. He's a
one-cut runner. So the Bills said, we're going to meet you right here so you can't do that one cut. And that's how they played him in the first half.
My fault, downhill.
He's a downhill runner. I look at Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is more elusive than Derrick Henry, which means he's more dynamic, which means he's better than Derrick Henry. There's no knock on Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry's not dynamic. For example, that catch, Saquon probably would have caught that. Derrick Henry did. That's not his thing, going out here running routes and actually getting the ball thrown to him. Saquon does that. In fact, y'all did that in the fourth quarter, throwing the pass to Saquon. So, look, Lamar played good. He shouldn't get all the blame. No, we're not doing that. The defense didn't do their part. Offensive line didn't do their part at certain times. Receivers didn't hold on to the ball. Mark Andrews didn't catch the ball. Other receivers didn't catch the ball, etc. But Lamar, bro, you are maybe a 3-time MVP. You can't do the dumb things in the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Highly Opinionated. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Highly Opinionated. Tim, conference championship time. Final 4 teams. Let's get to it. The Washington Commanders travel to Philadelphia Sunday at 3 o'clock. This game is on Fox. Kevin Burkhardt, Tom Brady, Aaron Andrews, Tom Rinaldi on the call. The Eagles are favored by 5.5. The over-under is at 47.5. Tim, a very simple question. Who will win the George Halas Trophy and be the NFC champion and represent the NFC in Super Bowl in New Orleans?
Yeah, man. Like you said, simple question. I ain't gonna keep it long, bro. But like, one of my favorite movies is New Jack City.
New Jack City.
Remember when G Money and what was my boy Nino was on top of the roof, and he said, "You my brother," and he had to turn his head, and he killed him. That's how I feel about Washington and Jaden Daniels. I actually, y'all had a great season. I like what y'all was doing, but I gotta turn my head. Philadelphia is gonna get the win, baby. We gonna get this win. We go to the Super Bowl, Hey, you know what I'm saying? Meet me down New Orleans, man. I'm going down to New Orleans.
Got a special correspondent down in New Orleans for Highly Opinionated. Can't wait for that.
New Orleans, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will not spare y'all. I picked the Eagles to beat the Packers. I picked the Eagles to beat the Rams. Played the Rams. I'm sorry. Eagles to beat the Packers. Eagles to beat the Rams. I picked Tampa Bay to beat Washington. I picked Detroit to beat Washington. Nothing happened. So I'm going to do what's right. And I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles. They're the better team. They're the more dominant team. I think they're the best team. Jalen Hurts will not get hurt in this game like he did in week 16 on December 22nd. That will not happen. The Commanders won that game 36-33, and the last second touchdown pass from Jaden Daniels to win the game to Jamison Crowder. That will not happen this week. I think the Philadelphia Eagles at home. Give me Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown. Philadelphia Eagles will be advancing to New Orleans in the NFC Championship game. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim said it. At 6:30, you got arguably the two best quarterbacks in the NFL going head-to-head against each other. The Buffalo Bills travel to Kansas City where they play. The Buffalo Bills travel to Kansas City where they take on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are favored by 1.5. The over-under is at 47.5. And I'll start us off with this one. But before I start us off, I owe the Kansas City Chiefs an apology. I picked against you last week against the Texans. I thought the Texans played well. They didn't play good enough to win, but they played well enough to be in the game, and they did, but they weren't good enough to beat you guys. I also said before the season started, I didn't think Kansas City would get to the AFC Championship game, and they are hosting their 7th straight AFC Championship game, so I was wrong on that. With all that being said, I'm still taking the Buffalo Bills. I think it's Josh Allen time. I think it's Buffalo Bills time. I am taking the Bills to get that win. Josh Allen joins the elite club of just him and Joe Burrow to beat Patrick Mahomes to get to the Super Bowl. So give me Josh Allen. I think this defense will come to play. I think Josh Allen, Shakur, Dalton Kincaid, the other tight end, Dawson Knox. I think those guys will come to play. Amari Cooper, James Cook. Give me the Buffalo Bills to beat Kansas City on the road to make it to the Super Bowl in New Orleans.
Yeah, man. I think you said it better than I could say it, honestly, man. I think Josh Allen puts himself, I mean, we think he's a top quarterback anyway, but just puts him on that tier to go to the Super Bowl and play, man. So give me the Bills, man. I think the Bills do it, man. I think they upset Kansas City at the crib.
So we agree. We both have the Eagles and the Bills going to the Super Bowl. Now, ladies and gentlemen, next week we'll give you a little bit of preview of the game. The following week we'll really dive into the game because the game will be that. But we both have the Bills and the Eagles in the Super Bowl in New Orleans. By the way, that Super Bowl will be on Fox. This AFC Championship game will be on CBS. Jim Nash, Tony Romo, Tracy Wilson, Jay Feely on the call. Should be a great AFC Championship game. Ladies and gentlemen, we both have the Bills. Before we get out of here, Tim, as always, let's wrap it up with a little bit of basketball. See the college basketball schedule on your screen, my brother. What game stands out to you this week? What games are you looking at?
So the first one is Wichita State and Memphis. I just want to see how Memphis responds. Normally, Wichita State got a pretty good team, and they normally test them in that conference. And the second one would have to be Maryland, Illinois. I'm excited to see what McQueen does versus the big man from Illinois. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But that would be an intriguing matchup to see Maryland on the road versus Illinois. So those are my two games to check out this week.
So you got 2 Thursday games. Wichita State at Memphis, 7 o'clock, and then Maryland at Illinois at 9 o'clock. For me, I'm going to go to Saturday. Number 7, Houston at number 12, Kansas, 6:30. That's a battle for the Big 12. Those two teams are always fighting for the Big 12 championship now that Houston's added to the Big 12. So that should be a drag-out, knockdown fight. If Houston can find a way to win that game on the road, now that sets them up pretty good in the Big 12. In that conference to be the number 1 seed in the conference tournament, maybe even be a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. The second game is number 6 Tennessee at number 1 Auburn, a top 6 showdown on the Saturday at 8:30. By the way, that game's on ESPN. Let's see who's the king of the SEC. Again, like I keep saying on here every week, I think the SEC is the best conference in college basketball. These guys can get anywhere between 12 to 13 teams in. So let's see if Auburn at home, the guard play of Auburn is always very good to elite. They got good guard play this year. Let's see if Tennessee guard play can match Auburn guard play on the road. If they can, I expect Tennessee to be in the game and win the game. So let's give a shout out to that. Tim, as always, my brother. One more thing before we fully get out of here. The NBA, the All-Star voting will be wrapping up next. The All-Star voting wraps up in the end of this month in January. Will you be watching the new revised All-Star game, which is Shaq has a team, Kenny has a team, Charles has a team, Candace Park has a team. They pick the All-Stars from that. They play against each other. The winners advance, and that's how you get your quote unquote All-Star champion. Will you be watching that, or do you wish they just play harder in the All-Star game and go back to what they were?
Like, yeah, man, I don't get why we got to do this screen. Is that gonna make you play harder? Now you got to play 2 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? It don't make sense to me. Like, you wasn't playing the one game hard, right? But now I'm gonna add another one. Just in case, like, what? Like, that don't make no sense to me. Like, bro, like. Go like I just think the competitive is just gone. Like if I'm just gonna give them the random names. I don't like Shea, like say Shea versus I don't know what's an older guard now. Chris Paul, right? Like if I'm Chris Paul, I still want to show Shea. It's still I still do my thing, and if I'm Shea, I'm saying like, oh no, it's my time now. You like where's the competitive? Like I just hate you got to do all this manipulation for millionaires to play a basketball game hard. Like I don't get it.
I agree, bro. 100%. You're 1,000% right. We shouldn't have to do this to incentivize millionaires to play a game. Let's go back to the old way. West, East, West. Bro, play the game. Let's make it. You can BS around the first couple quarters. In the fourth quarter, play hard. We're trying to win. Yeah. It's winning time. Let's play hard. KD, I want you sticking LeBron. Steph, Kyrie, Giannis. I mean, not Giannis. Jokic, Embiid, Giannis, Kawhi. Like let's do that. Let's play the game. So you're 100% right, my brother. I do not like the new All-Star format with Shaq, Kenny, Charles, and Candace Park. I get why they're doing it because it's TNT last year covering the NBA. But yeah, let's go back to competitive. Let's go back to do what we need to do to make it an actual game. The All-Star game used to be something I watched. Now it's something you flip through, like, oh, okay, they doing that. Oh, okay, I'm good. Let's flip something else on. So you're 100% right on that. Ladies and gentlemen, for the best producer in the game, Ross, for the best co-host in the game, Tim, I'm merely Josh. I want to thank you guys for watching episode 22 of Highly Opinionated. We'll see you guys next week. We out.
Appreciate y'all.